All right, everybody, good afternoon. What's going on? 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here on our Thursday afternoon. And finally, we have a named storm. We got a depression early in the morning, and it's already been a storm. It's now Danielle, the very top of your screen. So it's the northern part of the Atlantic. And it looks like it's going to be a hurricane, too. It's small, it's compact, but it's got a lot of vorticity, a lot of spin to it, and it looks like it's going to ramp up a little bit before it falls apart. Off the top, let's talk about it all. Here's the headlines, right? Right off the top, we have a new named storm, fourth one of the year. Danielle stays out in the North Atlantic. The one in the bottom of your screen, that one still has an 80% chance of developing. It's a little bit weaker, so it's come a little bit further to the west. It still looks like it wants to recurve. The one off of Africa, not much to it. 30% chance for development. Even if it does, it will recurve very early and stay out in the eastern Atlantic. Then, we're going to talk today about some records. We went all the way through August without a named storm, almost all the way through July. And also, we had some really hot weather locally, and I'll talk about all that coming up. So, all right, here we go, guys. Let's see who's on Facebook now. What's up, Sunshine? How you doing? Sue? Hello, Bev. How you doing? Sherry? Jolene? Nice to see everybody out there. Here we go. Here's the latest look now, and you can see that, yeah, we've got quite a few things going on out there. Nothing pressing, right? Nothing terrible that we're not going to see. Let's load this once again. The one that we're obviously going to keep an eye on right now is going to be what's going out in the northern Atlantic. So I just want to, right off the bat, show you that, look, this thing's a long ways away, right? Over 2,000 miles from the Tampa area, and it's actually going to continue to get further away. So this is not going to affect us. This, by the way, is really just like a fish storm, right? Shipping traffic, fish out there, that is it. That's all that this really will affect. So let's zoom in on it. And really, it's actually a decent looking storm. This is a visible satellite. Actually, we're starting to lose a little bit of it out there in the central Atlantic. But yeah, look at that. Pretty good looking storm, pretty quickly ramping up out there today. There's a closer look at it right now. You can see surface winds right underneath it. You can see it's almost trying to form a little eye structure there. Probably will. Winds right now at 60 miles per hour as of 3 o'clock this afternoon. But look at that movement. It's barely moving. It's just sitting there. East at 2 miles per hour. Pressure's 1,005. So they almost, they mentioned yesterday this could be subtropical. These are the sea surface temperatures, and basically everything you see here is 80 or above. And this thing is very close to being subtropical. It's just cooler water here. It's going to kind of loop around and then come right back out to the northeast. And that's quickly going to put it out over this cooler water, and then it will fall apart. But as it loops around and comes back, it's still over some relatively warmer water, so that is the chance that it has to get a little bit on the stronger side. Here's the forecast track from the Hurricane Center. And, these storms that kind of do these loop-de-loops, it's tough to look at a forecast cone because they get all weird looking, right? But you can kind of see there that it's going to move off to the north and the east. Look at the timing. So Saturday a.m., 75 mile per hour winds, right? Likely is going to happen during the day tomorrow. They're saying 50 mile per hour winds tomorrow morning. So tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, if not early Saturday, we would have a hurricane on our hands. We haven't had a hurricane at all this season, right? So that aspect's been fairly quiet. It's already September. All right, here are the forecast models on it. A little loop-de-loop there, and then just taking it out to the north and the east over some really cool water. So nothing there. Now, let's talk some of those records. Colin finished up July 3rd, and we went through almost today. So basically 60 days. We were so close to not having a named storm for 61 days, which is the record going back. Well, you can see this goes back to 1995, but that record last occurred in 1999. Whether or not we have one more storm this year or we have 10 more storms this year, these are just kind of nerdy facts. It doesn't matter because it only takes one storm to do any kind of damage, right? So just keep that in mind. And it's been quiet so far, but look, we're 10 days away from the statistical peak of hurricane season. You go 10 more days from that, you got most of September, right? That we're in the heart of the season, and we're just getting there. So we've got some time ahead of us, although having said that, I think after this little round goes, I think we're going to be quiet till the mid-teens of September. Here's another thing. This is August without a storm. We did it. 1961, 1997, 2022. That's going back since 1960. And those are just named storms, right? You can go back for hurricanes, you can count a whole bunch of other months, but this is just to even get a named storm out of it, which we didn't. And that's even tougher to do there. So let's talk about the second wave. This is Invest 91L. You can see it there, not looking good at all. East of Guadalupe, it's just not looking good. Now, the thing with tropical waves, the more unorganized they are, the more they tend to drift off towards the west. So this is probably going to clip Anguilla, St. Martin, and definitely get some rain out of it. There's nothing, 35 mile per hour winds. Those are likely more gusts than anything else. That's tough to find out there. But definitely going to get some weather, especially Friday night into Saturday as this moves by, probably more so Saturday. But there's just not a whole lot of thunderstorms right now around the center. Now, the forecast models kind of get it closer to those windward islands there, northeast islands at least, and then you can see most of them still recurve this thing. So that's good news. There's a front coming through the eastern half of the United States. No, not here in Tampa. Lake Wales, Pamela, I know you'd probably like to have a nice cool front from now. Jennifer, how you doing? Helen, nice to talk to you. How are you? Joan, good to see you as well too. That's good news right there, guys. When you see that thing curve like that, that's good. So we'll keep an eye on it. Now, this is 94L, and this is the wave that came off of Africa. So it's at the Cape Verde Islands now. But, look at this thing. It's got actually decent little rotation, but it's got multiple rotations. A couple vortices there. It's not organized, and there's just not much in the way of thunderstorms at all wrapped around this. So even if that does do anything, it's going to be really tough. And take a look at this. The models basically just take it to the northwest and then recurve it. So it could do whatever it wants to do. It's not really going to make a difference to us. It's just shipping, right? So that's good news. That's really just about it, guys. Let me show you. Let's see here. I want to take you and show you some of the forecast models. Because I show you this all the time, right? It's just kind of easier to keep up with what's going on. So this is the GFS ensembles. This is what we have right now. You see what it's doing with this system up here. That doesn't really even matter. But this is the one we're watching. Look at this by the time we get to Friday afternoon. It's approaching the Windward Islands, St. Martin, Anguilla. Then we get up to Saturday morning sunrise, week, and there you go. Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, it tries to start ramping this thing up a little bit, not a lot, but it's also turning it to the northwest and then north. I went all the way out to Tuesday afternoon now, and you can see. So what you're looking at here, you see one circle here, one here, one here, one circle here, one here. You're looking at multiple runs of the GFS. And I show you this because it gives you an idea of what the model overall is thinking. It doesn't have anything over here near Florida, right? It's saying almost every single run says, yeah, it's going to recurve. There's Bermuda right there, right at the tip of that arrow. See this right here? That's Bermuda right there. So this even looks like it wants to go south of Bermuda. All right, so that's okay. And then the waves behind it, no big deal, right? All right, now let's keep going out. Now, the GFS is famous for blowing stuff up in the long range. This is the 15th of the month. Nothing. Fairly quiet. This is a long-range model, so take it for what it's worth, and it's not worth a whole lot, but it's relatively quiet all the way through the 17th of September. Now, this is the European ensemble, okay? Here's our system here. That's Danielle. Nothing going on. Here's the one off of there. It's not really doing anything. This is the one that's off of Africa now. This is another one coming off by the time we get towards Saturday afternoon. Saturday afternoon, it's got the system close to the northeast islands there. But then it turns it. Look at this. This is Wednesday of next week, so it's a very slow mover. And each one, there's a run, there's a run, there's a run, there's a run. They're all seeing it, and they're all turning it. Some of them just lingered a little bit longer. But there's not much going on back here near the U.S. It's got another wave coming off of Africa and actually doing pretty good by the time we get towards the middle and end of next week. And then look what it wants to do with that. It wants to recurve it up into this area again, which would be fantastic. Now, look what it did over here. Look at Florida. No. That's the 13th of September. Don't worry about any of that. We're not looking, when I show you this, I'm not looking at where are the storms on this model. What I'm looking at is where's the grouping of storms on this model, because this is multiple runs of the model. And I can see there's a bunch here, lower pressures east of the United States, lower pressures east of the islands, and most of those stay out over the open ocean. That is a good trend, guys, if you're following along for all this stuff, because that's, well, you know, that's basically what we're trying to hope. I mean, you don't want to wish any storm on anybody else. You just want to hopefully keep it out over the water, right? And keep things quiet back here at home. So that's it. Any questions? I'll be checking that out here. Larry, good to hear you. Good to see from you. Ruth, Kohi, Rhonda, Brenda, Jasmine. That's it, guys. I'm going to let you go here. Short one today, but Tropical Storm Danielle will likely become Hurricane Danielle. It's forecast to do so by the Hurricane Center. That'll be happening over the next 24 hours, maybe Saturday morning by this time. But other than that, Labor Day weekend's looking really good for most areas. If you're here in the Tampa area, about 93 each day, 60% rain chance on Saturday, then only about 50% on Sunday and Monday afternoons. That's good news. Hey, did you think it was hot this year, this summer? June, July, August, that's meteorological summer. It was the hottest on record in the Tampa Bay area for Tampa. Hottest on record. July, hottest July on record. August, hottest August on record. June was a little bit cooler, but when you put all 3 months together, which we call meteorological summer, you end up getting basically the hottest on record. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now that I got you here, I am going to keep you a little bit longer because I want to show you this. Here's those records, okay? Because what we do is we average the highs and the lows, and you come up with a number. And you got 85.6 degrees for August. That's just crazy. I mean, remember, we had lots of low to mid-90s for highs, and the lows themselves were close to about 80 degrees, 79, 80 degrees. So when you average all that together, you got 85.6. That's just for the month of August. And then when you combine that with July, which was record warmth, and June, which was second or third or something like that, you end up with the warmest summer, meteorological summer, on record for Tampa International Airport. Now, let's talk meteorological fall, which is September, October, and November. And down at the bottom where you see the 91, that's September 1st, average high temperature. October 1st, drops to 89. September, I know there's a lot of pumpkin spice stuff out there, and you're going to see stuff on TV with cooler air coming in up north. That does not happen here in Tampa. We stay warm all the way through September. Excuse me, the statistical peak of hurricane season is September 10th. The rainy season in Tampa goes through October 10th. And now it'll cut off somewhere either side of that. But just think of September as summer. It is not, people start hoping for fall, but not here in Tampa. Now, October 1st, the average high temperature is not 89. And then by the end of the month, it drops to 82. October is when we start to get those cold fronts. That's when we have one of our driest months because we finally get some dry air coming back in here. And that usually fluctuates a little bit. And I tell people a couple things. Number one, getting past Halloween for tropics is a good thing. November, we can still get them. The season goes through the end of November. But I feel a lot better once we get past Halloween. Unfortunately, when we do get into November, even October, we start looking back in the Gulf and the Caribbean for things coming up out of there at us. So things can happen kind of quickly. Number two, 82 degrees is the average high temperature on Halloween around here. I've seen many Halloweens around here where it's almost 90 degrees. So I know September sounds like fall. And if you recently moved here, it is fall from probably wherever you moved, but not here. It's still basically summer. All right, guys, enjoy it. Still going to head out to the beach, right? That's it. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget my YouTube page, Bobby Deskins Weather. Don't forget to like it and subscribe.